For years, one man stayed hidden in the shadows, leading one of the world's most feared terrorist organizations. Intelligence agencies hunted him relentlessly, but Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi always seemed to disappear before anyone could strike. After declaring a so-called caliphate in 2014, Baghdadi became the most wanted man alive. As ISIS began losing territory, tracking him became harder, not easier, as he vanished into secrecy. The breakthrough didn't come from satellites or drones. It came from human intelligence. A trusted courier, unknowingly, became the key that would finally lead U.S. forces directly to Baghdadi's location. What shocked analysts most was the location. Baghdadi wasn't hiding deep in ISIS territory. He was inside Idlib, an area controlled by rival militant groups, making the operation far more dangerous and unpredictable. Inside Washington, the operation moved forward with extreme caution. Military planners studied every angle, every entry route, and every possible threat, knowing one mistake could alert the target and lose him forever. On the night of October 26, 2019, U.S. Special Forces launched a covert operation from Iraq, beginning a high-risk mission that had been planned in complete secrecy for weeks. The flight path crossed northern Syria, an area monitored by multiple forces, including Russian systems. Any detection could have escalated into conflict, making precise coordination and silence absolutely critical for mission success. Initial reports would later reveal how carefully timed this operation was. Every second mattered, as U.S. forces relied entirely on surprise to enter hostile territory and reach their target undetected. As helicopters neared the compound in Idlib, they encountered resistance. Gunfire erupted from the ground, forcing immediate response, but the team maintained control and pushed forward toward the target location. Within minutes, forces breached the outer walls of the compound. While one team secured the area, others advanced inside, following intelligence that suggested hidden tunnels where Baghdadi could attempt escape. Inside the compound, U.S. forces moved methodically from room to room, clearing threats and securing civilians, while narrowing down the final location of their target deep within the structure. As they advanced deeper, operators identified a hidden access point leading underground, confirming intelligence reports that suggested the compound contained escape tunnels designed to delay or evade capture. The team prepared to enter the tunnel, knowing visibility would be minimal and space extremely confined, increasing the danger as they closed in on one of the world's most wanted men. A military dog was sent ahead into the tunnel, tracking movement in the darkness as operators followed closely behind, relying on the animal's speed and precision to locate the fleeing target. Cornered and running out of options, Baghdadi fled deeper into the tunnel with his children, attempting to escape, as U.S. forces rapidly closed the distance behind him in the confined underground passage. In the final moments, Baghdadi detonated an explosive vest, killing himself and others nearby, bringing a sudden and violent end to the pursuit inside the dark and closed tunnel. Moments after the explosion, forces confirmed the target had been neutralized. Despite the destruction, the team secured the area and ensured no additional threats remained within the compound. To confirm the identity, rapid DNA testing was conducted on site. Within minutes, results verified that the individual killed was indeed Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, confirming the success of the mission. With the objective complete, U.S. forces quickly extracted from the area, leaving behind a destroyed compound and minimizing exposure before hostile forces could respond or track their movement. As helicopters exited Syrian airspace, tension remained high. The mission was complete, but risks were not over, as forces stayed alert for any unexpected threats during their return flight. Back in Washington, officials closely monitored incoming reports. Confirmation of mission success triggered cautious relief, as leaders awaited final verification before making any public announcement about the high-profile operation. The operation team safely returned to base, completing one of the most complex missions in recent years, after successfully entering hostile territory, eliminating the target, and exiting without major losses. As preparations began for a public announcement, officials carefully reviewed all details, ensuring accuracy, knowing the world would soon learn about the operation that had ended the life of ISIS's leader. Hours later, the president addressed the nation, confirming that Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi had been killed during a U.S. military operation, marking a significant moment in the global fight against terrorism. News of the operation spread rapidly across the world. Governments responded, analysts evaluated the impact, and security agencies remained alert, anticipating possible reactions from remaining ISIS elements following the loss of their leader. Baghdadi's death created a leadership vacuum within ISIS. While the organization had already weakened, losing its central figure further disrupted coordination and reduced its ability to operate at the same scale. Despite the success, intelligence agencies continued monitoring extremist networks, aware that leadership changes could lead to new threats, requiring constant vigilance even after the removal of such a high-value target. The compound in northern Syria stood in ruins, a silent reminder of the operation. What was once a hidden stronghold had become evidence of how close intelligence and precision could reach. For years, he had remained hidden, avoiding capture through constant movement and secrecy. But in the end, intelligence, persistence, and coordination closed the gap, bringing his time to a sudden end. The mission demonstrated how modern intelligence and special operations can work together with precision, showing that even the most elusive targets can eventually be found when efforts remain focused and relentless. The operation was the result of years of intelligence work, combining human sources, surveillance, and coordination across agencies, proving that patience and precision are critical in tracking high-value targets. From analysts behind screens to operators on the ground, every part of the system worked together, ensuring that information moved quickly and accurately, allowing decisions to be made in real time. The mission relied on coordination between multiple regions, with forces launching from Iraq and intelligence gathered across borders, demonstrating the global scale required to execute such a complex operation. The role of Special Operations Forces was critical, as highly trained units executed the plan under extreme pressure, navigating unknown threats while maintaining control throughout every stage of the mission. Analysis of the final moments revealed how quickly the situation escalated, with Baghdadi choosing detonation over capture, highlighting the unpredictable nature of such operations and the risks involved until the very end. Post-mission verification confirmed the target's identity beyond doubt, ensuring that the operation achieved its primary objective and allowing officials to move forward with confidence in the results. Media coverage quickly spread across the globe, with news outlets reporting the details, analyzing the implications, and discussing how the removal of ISIS's leader could affect future security dynamics. Experts warned that while leadership had been removed, smaller decentralized groups could continue operating, making it important to understand that such missions reduce threats but do not eliminate them entirely. As the sun rose over northern Syria, the battlefield grew silent, marking the end of the operation and the beginning of a new phase in ongoing counterterrorism efforts. The mission stands as a clear example of how intelligence, planning, and execution must align perfectly, showing that even the most hidden targets can be reached through persistence and precise coordination. Behind the mission was a vast intelligence network, connecting agencies across continents, where information was shared, analyzed, and refined over time to build a clear path toward the final objective. Intercepted communications and encrypted data played a supporting role, helping analysts confirm patterns of movement, though the operation ultimately depended on human intelligence rather than digital tracking alone. Tracking repeated movements allowed analysts to identify patterns, gradually narrowing down the area of interest until the focus shifted toward a single compound in northern Syria. Detailed models of the compound were created before the raid, allowing operators to visualize entry points and possible escape routes, increasing their chances of maintaining control once the operation began. Pilots navigated difficult terrain in near darkness, maintaining low altitude to avoid detection, demonstrating the level of precision required even before ground forces could begin their part of the mission. Insertion into the compound area required speed and coordination, as forces rapidly deployed from helicopters, securing positions on the ground within seconds of arrival to maintain momentum. Initial resistance from the compound forced immediate engagement, but trained operators quickly neutralized threats, preventing the situation from escalating and ensuring the mission continued as planned. During the operation, forces took steps to secure civilians inside the compound, separating them from potential threats while continuing the search, highlighting the controlled and disciplined approach of the team. The underground tunnel system represented the most dangerous part of the operation, where visibility dropped and risk increased, requiring careful movement as forces approached the final location of the target. As the team moved deeper underground, the operation reached its most critical stage, where every second mattered and the final confrontation would determine the outcome of the entire mission. In the confined tunnel, visibility was limited and movement restricted, forcing operators to rely on training and coordination as they advanced carefully toward the final known position of their target. Moments before the end, the target was identified ahead, confirming that the pursuit had reached its final stage after years of intelligence work and a carefully executed operation. Every movement became critical as operators closed in, knowing the situation could change instantly, requiring immediate decisions under pressure in a confined environment where there was little room for error. The final moment came abruptly as the target triggered an explosive device, ending the pursuit instantly and creating a sudden shockwave that marked the conclusion of the operation underground. Following the explosion, forces secured the tunnel, ensuring no remaining threats were present, while confirming that the primary objective of the mission had been successfully completed. Final verification procedures confirmed the identity of the target, closing one of the most extensive manhunts in recent history and providing certainty regarding the outcome of the mission. The removal of the ISIS leader marked a significant moment, though challenges remained, as security agencies continued monitoring evolving threats and adapting strategies in response to changing conditions. Operations continued beyond this mission, reflecting the ongoing effort required to address global security challenges, where constant vigilance and coordination remain essential in preventing future threats. The operation came to an end, but its impact continued, leaving behind lessons about precision, patience, and the importance of coordinated efforts in complex and high-risk missions. This mission demonstrated how determination and strategy can overcome even the most hidden threats, showing that with time and persistence, even the most elusive targets can eventually be found.